The PlayStation Network was also down for an extended period. I actually didn't notice this because, yeah, mine was working just fine. But lots of channels reported that it was down. It might have been geographical. PlayStation did release an explanation. They were like, we were doing maintenance, nothing was fishy. So Sony more or less gave a non-response, and there's no information on why the outage happened. Glad I could clear it up for everybody. The Sony State of Play happened this Wednesday, and the audience went mild. No, it was pretty solid, but it wasn't anything exciting. Highlights include Sonic Racing Worlds, which is just, if you can imagine, Mario Kart, but with Sonic in it. And Lost Soul Aside looked pretty good. Borderlands 4 releases on September 23rd. We got that release date. The Midnight Walk looks pretty trippy. I kind of want to play that. None of these games seemed like they were going to be console exclusives. I could be wrong about that, but all of them seem like they could potentially pop up on the Switch 2 or on PC or all of them. Maybe even the series consoles if those stick around, but we'll see about that. So yeah, it was pretty solid. Like there's some good games coming out, but I don't think it's a big win for Sony because most of them seem like they're all third-party game. No exclusives were really announced, in other words. And finally, the Nintendo Direct situation does not get weird. Nintendo announced when the next Nintendo Direct will be. It will be on April 2nd. They'll be featuring the Nintendo Switch 2, so we'll get all the specs on it. There's also a bunch of hands-on events, so if you're in one of those cities, you should go check that out. There were a bunch of rumors floating around about an extra Nintendo Direct that hadn't been announced or confirmed by any real source, and legitimately all of the gaming news channels covered it like it was a real thing, but nothing had been announced. Doesn't really make much sense for them to do a Direct one on the Nintendo Switch 1 a month and a half before they have the showing of the Switch 2. And any big releases that they were going to have, I would assume those are just going to be for both consoles. Like, there'll be launch titles for the Switch 2. They will also come out on Switch, because they tend to do... They'll have support for the Switch for probably another year after the Switch 2 comes out. Usually. Watch, they'll post the Direct on Monday, and I'll have to eat my words. And that was Gaming News Abridged for February 15th, 2025. Thank you. Please like, subscribe. And one more thing of dire importance. Tune in next week.